All right, that's right. Just me and Mac here. Fabio's eating, and best guess we think Vinny has been abducted. Or I think I let him out of the closet. I don't know if I did or not. He may still be down there. Anyway, welcome everybody. Another episode of Game Set Live. Me and Mac here. We got Matthew in the chat. What's up, Matthew? We got Thember holding down them streets. It's Timmy's in here, and the gameplay that you see is Sniper Elite 5 because this started the whole Bob can't play games and Bob can't shoot straight. So I thought I would get some more footage here so everybody can see. Yeah, Bob's okay. Leave Bob alone. Bob's a gamer. I'm a gangster gamer. That's right. I'm a triple OGG. Oh, okay. I'll shut up. Hey, Mac, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. How about you?
Oh, I had to delay the show last week. I had a little episode. I was admitted to the hospital. I got the whole EMS treatment in the ambulance and everything. A certain little vaccine that I had to take a few years ago has caused a enlarged upper aorta, and I had an arrhythmic cardiac event where my heartbeat wasn't right, and basically my body was starved of oxygen because of that. And so I'm on a heart monitor now. They want to detect, target, and treat this arrhythmia. So far, I don't think I've noticed any more of these episodes, but what can I say? Whatever Mr. Bush has, I caught it from him. So, and Bush is back in the hospital. Everybody, thoughts and prayers for him. He's not going to be here again this week. Yeah. What about you, Mac? How's family life? How's raising a young
Uh,
one to grow up and be better than yourself?
well, I see. I haven't talked to you because okay. So for the last month or so, I've been dealing with the right knee injury.
Oh,
Um, 3 or 4 days ago, I started feeling better. My knee was not swelling no more. Pretty much everything was going good. I had all my. I can put pressure on it again. I can do pretty much anything with it again. I pretty much can do what I did months ago with it. Well, we had a real bad ice overstorm over on Sunday. Um, and was Saturday, excuse me. Everybody knows it's real cold in the U.S. and it was really icy out because it rained really bad and then it was icy and there was a little bit of snow. Well, Sunday night I was or was it Monday night? It was either Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. I think it was Monday night. Excuse me. I was walking to my car to go get me and the wife in some dinner, and I slipped on black ice and I ripped something in my knee completely. Now this time I have my leg is literally bruised. I literally have a big old gash in my leg, and I have a doctor's appointment on Monday. I cannot put no pressure on my right leg at all, and I have no stability. So something is ripped in there. I literally just went through this 3 years ago, about the same time 3 years ago. Now here I am again dealing with the same shit 3 years later, all because I slipped on some ice, and I literally my right leg went under my body, and my left leg went the opposite direction, and I pretty much just heard three big ass cracks and pops in my knee, and here I couldn't stand up, and I had the wife to help me up. It was just all bad. So, but I mean, outside of that, I've been really good. Been playing that Scars Above, which if you're a Remnant 2 fan, that game plays really well, just like Remnant. Not as well. Clearly, it's not it's they're not, the team probably is a little bit smaller at Scars Above, but man, is really good. And just taking care of the baby. I mean, I still have to take care of the baby. It's not like just because I can't walk doesn't mean I still don't have to take care of him. I have to still have to hobble around with him and stuff like that with one leg, like I hop. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's not bad. We're all beat up on the KY Bobby Game Set Live show here. Three of us are injured or messed up in some type of way. That's been recently, so kind of sucks.
yeah, yeah, and Fabio, he's eating dinner with the family, so that in itself can be looked at as kind of a, I don't know, illness, sorta, maybe. Hey, look who joined! You so Vinny, you. How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Yeah.
Well, how are you guys doing? Sorry I joined a little late. I was just finishing up cleaning.
Oh, that's good. That's good. did it get as cold on the West Coast as? I mean, it did get cold, right?
It's pretty cold here. Yeah, like I wake up with frost on my car every morning now. So
Ooh, people over there are freaking out.
they don't know how to drive still. So nothing really changed.
Yeah, I extended an invite to Umbra. So Umbrella.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he said he'll be joining soon. I've already given him permissions in Discord. I saw he hopped in and figured, I got one feeding his face and the other one getting fed by nurses. Got to do something.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta admit, I'd like to be spoon fed a little bit occasionally. It's not a fetish or anything, but well. The community is just freaking out, isn't it? I mean, I put out a reply to shout out to John Blue. I put out a reply to one of his replies on Twitter that my take on the whole third party thing is people need to calm down, pump the brakes, cool their jets. We saw this relationship with Nintendo growing because one of the first things that Xbox said it was going to do when it got Call of Duty is it said it's going to give some love to the Switch because they've been shut out of Call of Duty for so long. So Hi-Fi Rush, that style, that art style game, it's a given. I mean, it just fits. It fits on the Switch. And then you've got Sea of Thieves, which is a huge online game. That makes sense everywhere. And then we went from Hi-Fi Rush to Sea of Thieves to all of a sudden Halo and Gears of War and Forza. It's gonna be everybody's gonna be platinuming them on their PlayStation, and it's just crazy. It's just we're going off a rumor mill here, folks. So. But I'm excited to know what you think about this, Mac. Are you just going to say F it and play everything on your PC? Yeah?
I don't think. Well, I don't know. It's weird, man. This is a weird situation when it comes to thing. I don't think they're gonna go as what everybody else thinks. Everybody else thinks they're gonna go full blown third party. That don't even make sense. First of all, why would they do that? Full blown, but their third parties is what it is. But they even said when they bought Activision, they even said when they bought Bethesda that there will be a game by game cases of games going to other systems, right? So I mean, clearly that we're not gonna have every game only be Xbox exclusive. The only thing that I think we're guaranteed with Xbox in the ecosystem is that we're going to get them on Game Pass day and day. Outside of that, I don't really think there's going to be some titles that get pushed over that are like that, So, I mean, let me think of a game. Let's say you use Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. Those games, it's not going to work. You got to put those on other titles to make some type of money off that because it's not. You're not going to make enough money just off Game Pass and something like that. So if you try to sell that to somewhere else, you might make money. So I don't know. It's dumb. It's unfortunate that we're in this situation where there's the possibility. And then today, I think it was, or yesterday, the head of Microsoft, he's above everybody. I forgot his name.
Satya Nadella.
Yeah, he even said we're looking to bring it to, consoles. We're looking to bring it to PC, mobile, cloud gaming, to everything. And it's going to throw off so much, you know what I'm saying? It's oh crap. Sorry, I'm playing in the middle of a game. And it's amazing why people could just take something so small like that and just bring it into even more consideration of, this game, we're going to lose every game. We're going to lose Starfield. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose that. Hi-Fi Rush, I mean, it going to, possibly the Switch or whatever, or even PlayStation. Okay, good for them. They'll make money off of it. They need that. That's something that is not going to make no more money if it doesn't get pushed somewhere else. There's no way that game makes any more than $1 million, well, 1 million copies, excuse me, if it stays just on Xbox. So they gotta, push it somewhere else to make more money. You can't just. Why would you lose it? It's over a year later too. If you haven't played Hi-Fi Rush on Xbox, I mean, and hope the people. Sorry, I'm doing this at once. I hope the people that haven't played it get to enjoy it on the PlayStation or the Switch or wherever else, because Endpoint, it is a good game to some people, not to me, but it's, I don't know, man. I'm getting annoyed when hearing this console war shit every fucking day of the week. I turn my Twitter on, I turn it off within 30 seconds because you got people just constantly arguing, and I'm just like, I'm just so annoyed with it that I just don't even want to hear it no more. It just got old really fast, and I for the last year I've been doing podcasting, and it's literally pushed me away from doing anybody's extra podcast, and on top of it, not wanting to even go on Twitter anymore because it's just constant and it's annoying. It's just sad that I can't even turn Twitter on and say, oh look, let me go look at some sports stuff. No, I got people arguing and talking crap to each other and then saying, oh, this game's third party. It's just old, man. I don't know. I'm just sick of it. So it's just getting tiresome.
I'm really starting to appreciate Oh No, It's Alex, his content, because the man's got a knack.
That's like the abridged version or the Spark Notes version.
Yeah, he's got a way of just calling a spade, and just basically putting it out there the way it is. And I think it's funny how it's like people are getting on him. You hate on the PlayStation gamers, and he was like, "Nah, you all just put the most. You all just deserve the most salt because of what you put on Twitter." Oh, it's just crazy.
That they do. That they do for sure.
Real quick, can I just say something?
Go for it, Vinny.
Yep.
So as we're doing the podcast, my windows were all open on websites. I was looking for a 4090, like a specific one. It was like a Gigabyte Aero one.
Mm-hmm.
And then right as we're doing it, I'm just checking all the pages, and the one that I wanted was in stock at B&H, and I just ordered it.
Congratulations, man.
Oh man, thank you. I was like
What did you get? What'd you get?
4090.
Wow. Oh, so now we have two Richie Riches on our team. One gets a 4090, the other one makes 400,000. This is some bullshit. I'm the poor guy here. Holy crap!
No, I still can't.
You think you're poor? I live in Brazil. Goddammit.
Oh gosh, here we go again. Don't you feel?
Well, I didn't say third. I said poor, not third world country poor. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Thanks. Thanks for being specific in your assumptions.
Sorry, Fabio.
It's great to see someone using the technical stuff here.
I still cannot. I still can't justify getting a GPU that cost as much as the entirety of my computer. I can't.
Yeah, it was $2,000 after taxes.
Which is why releasing next week the 4070 Super has tempted my interest. Yes. It's going to be...
The 4080 Super looks pretty good too. $999.
Yeah. The 4070 though is like $599.
Oh, the TI Super or the just Super?
Just Super. They're expecting a release of the TI Super later this year, but the Super's going to come first. So, Hey, what's up, Palpatine? Yeah, he's been in here a while. I just now noticed him. But anyway, Fabio, what was for dinner?
Just some beef, some spaghetti, and basically that's it.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a traditional Brazilian meal.
Did he say beef, or did you? Let me ask you, Fabio. Did you make it into did you make just a spaghetti and beef is what you made, and you mixed it together?
Yeah.
Okay, they Okay, so they just okay. I was clear when you said beef. I'm like, I've never heard anybody call it beef. Like I've heard it called hamburger. Oh, they put hamburger in
No,
their
no,
spaghetti or
no,
something.
no, it's not. No, no, it's not hamburger. Like, goddamn, I wish there was, but no.
Ah,
Huh? That's
Yeah.
weird. That's different. Yeah, we get ground hamburger. We get like hamburger, ground turkey, ground hamburger, and cook it on the stovetop, and then throw it in the noodles and make it spaghetti. Okay, I was just wondering.
It's the only bovine meats you guys have there is hamburgers. Goddamn.
No, it's just hamburger meat. That's what it's what it is. It's beef. It's just not chopped. It's just chopped up pretty much, just to make it easier to cook it together.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I do with my spaghetti. Is I grab a quarter pounder, I chop it up, and I throw it in there with the spaghetti bun and all.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. What the
So Fabio, what have you been playing, brother?
Well, I've been playing some Halo. Of course, I've been playing some Halo. I've been playing also some Sea of Thieves. Not just that, I've been playing some Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice because guess what? I've never finished before the game. Yay! And I'm trying to finish before the sequel gets released. And Baldur's Gate 3. And goddamn, I'm stuck in a damn part that is hard as hell.
So you're stuck at the beginning.
Not at all. No, I mean, I think it is still in Act 1, but like I'm trying to face because I'm trying to get more level, the more XP, the better. But like I'm trying to kill a goddamn dark elf, a drow here, in the middle of a bunch of dark dwarfs, and like Jesus Christ, there's so many enemies. Ugh.
Was that
So other than that, what have you been
schizophrenia or
playing?
something?
Other than Halo and that's it?
Other than everything else that I said, yes,
Uh-huh.
that's it.
Okay. Oh, what you been playing, Mac?
Scars Above, Call of Duty, pretty much Ravenlock. I actually just started playing Ravenlock. Pretty much I'm using it for my dailies, but it's really good. It's just like an indie, I don't know, an Indian, what's that game called? Dark Souls game. It's pretty cool. And then really just my normal Call of Duty, basketball, Halo here and there because I still do my weeklies. Just about that.
Your normal Call of Duty.
I just maxed out the 250. I'm at 250 on my thing. I'm downloading the update right now. I'm maxed out on Call of Duty. I have done nothing because for the last month I can't walk, so I can't really do much. And then me tearing my ACL or my meniscus or whatever in my right knee, I don't know yet. I'll find out on Monday or Thursday of next week. I think it said Monday for my doctor's appointment, Thursday for the MRI. They're hoping. But really nothing. I've just been playing my normal BS. But that Scars Above, I like a lot. I'm really impressed by it, and I got it for $10. Actually, Bushido bought it for me. I was laughing at him, and I'm like, "Damn, it's only $10." I said, "I'll buy it for Christmas," and he randomly he said, "Here's your Christmas gift," and bought it for me. So I ended up getting it for Christmas from him.
Goddamn.
So,
Yeah. Bob didn't get a Christmas gift.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, Bobby
Yes,
makes
yes.
millions of dollars, so I get it.
Whatever.
Bushido is rich as hell. I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Bushido's got it going on, man. You don't even know. Don't even
And he
know.
was freaked out with the nurse.
I warned him about that,
See.
but can I get a sponge bath, baby? Yeah. Oh, what about you, Vinny? What you been up to?
I haven't really been able to play all that much, but what I have been able to play while I had time was the Call of Duty. I tried to finish the season pass in Diablo 4. I can't do it. I just couldn't get into it like I did when it launched.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of Fortnite. I have a season battle pass in that one. I bought way too many battle passes, man. But mainly it's been Call of Duty. I dropped Baldur's Gate 3 because Act 3 is just rough, man. It's not. It feels very unfinished in the last act.
Really?
Yeah, there's just like a lot of texture, like details missing, like bug glitches.
No, but that's
Um,
for the entire game. That's not just the third act.
No,
I've
the
seen that
first
in
the
fourth
first
one.
act and second act are pretty good. Like I didn't really have any issues.
No, but in terms
But
of
the third act
bugs,
is just. Oh, go ahead.
in terms of bugs and pop-ins, I've been seeing throughout my entire playthrough.
Oh, the third act is like times 10. Like it makes the first and second act seem like a standalone game, man. But
Game of the year.
the third act, yeah, the third act is just like it's just there's no real direction like there was in the first and second act. The quests aren't as good. It's just kind of mumble jumbled at the end, and I just kind of dropped it.
Diablo.
It's official. Yusovini now hates Baldur's Gate. You heard here first.
No, I still love Baldur's Gate.
You heard here first. He hates the hell out of Baldur's Gate.
Just the performance is rough, dude. Like even the performance has
You
dropped
see?
like below
You see?
30 a lot.
He says it's pretty shit.
Yeah, Diablo 4, man, I really enjoyed it. I didn't finish it, and I'm afraid to get back into it because I just might not be able to get back out of it. I may get sucked into it.
I think you might like it a lot, Bob.
Well, I got a level 55 character in Diablo. I just, like I said, it's one of those.
Oh, Diablo. Yeah.
Yeah, I got out and I haven't hopped back in. Afraid I'll get sucked in. But
Yeah.
yeah, Bob has been playing. I've been playing a lot of Steam games. I've been watching a lot of Pacific Drive has really piqued my interest. I've already bought it on Steam. I'm waiting for the release of it on February 22nd. Played some Far Cry 6. Played some Redfall with the wife over the weekend. Played some Dead Island 2. 3-player co-op. And played some Sniper Elite 5. It's been
I love Sniper Elite 5. It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
To kill someone there.
Do what?
I mean, because you're aiming during a certain gameplay that you put here.
That's why I put this up. This is new gameplay, and yeah. Well, I did almost die, but I didn't. I was bum rushed. Bum rushed in a tower by several. But yeah. Yeah, and I'm also interested in Helldivers 2. Because as you've seen in the thumbnail, the Helldivers 2 is releasing on PlayStation and PC on the same day. Which, is this a first for Sony? Don't think they've done a day and date on PC at the same time. With one.
Well, is Helldivers, is the people that making Helldivers, is that like owned by Sony or no?
Well, the first game was an exclusive.
Yeah, but that's the same. Does Sony own the company that makes Helldivers? I mean, I don't even know right off if who's owned by them. Let's see, Helldivers. I don't know.
Oh, the studio? It's a third party studio. It's like an indie studio.
So pretty much what it sounds like is, it sounds like they're pulling like kind of like the same situation with not saying that BG3 did it as much. At least BG3 admitted to what was going on. But it kind of sounds like a similar thing to that they'll bring it out in a later date to Xbox. Kind of let PlayStation do their thing and PC get it, of course.
Yeah.
I think the IP itself is owned by PlayStation and they fund the game. So I don't think it'll come to Xbox. I'm not.
Oh yeah, if it's funded by by Sony, then yeah, I really doubt it. But if it's owned by the company itself, then no, it will come. But if I didn't know. I haven't looked at nothing on that game. It looked like what was it in September, October, Vinny, when we watched the state of play.
Yeah.
We talked.
Yeah.
Bobby, you were in there too. We we talked about. I said, man, it looks really good, but is it coming to Xbox? Or is this just going to be a driven focus for PlayStation only? Because they really never announced it then. And the game looks good. It kind of reminds me of that Arc Raiders that's coming too, and it just looks really good. And like, I love Destiny, I love games like that, and I love Division. So that game looks really good. So, but it's weird. It's unfortunate that it's only coming to PlayStation and PC, because I'm sure there's some Xbox dudes that don't own a PC and don't own a PlayStation that are not going to be able to get this. See, this is why I try to tell people, you got to have a PC and you got to have all of them. Unfortunately, not everybody has the money to do that, because clearly just is what it is. It's life. But if you have all of them, get all of them, because you never need to. Then you ain't in this situation where, typical Sony, typical Xbox. Guess what? I've already played Final Fantasy VII Remake. So guess what? Tomorrow when it gets announced, everybody can be hyped up. I'll probably good for Xbox people. They finally get to play it. I've already played the damn thing. I've played it literally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm part of the PC Master Race now, boy.
What's up, Tool Man?
Peasantry.
Yeah. So, I feel bad for this situation. It's just another bummer, But again, it just is what it is. They only made 5 games. Thimber said, Hellblade is published by Sony. They're a third-party developed game for PS. So there's kind of So I don't know. It is what it is. So.
Yeah, it can. People's financial restrictions can turn them into a fanboy, because I wish that games were available everywhere, but that's not how you drive console sales. And it doesn't matter what kind of PC or processor you have. You can play everything on your PC, but that's a much wider market. People either favor AMD or they favor Intel, or they either or NVIDIA. People have their preferences, but everybody still gets to play the games. It's not that way in the console market. I remember when, I wish that Sony and Xbox hadn't both gone with AMD.
AMD, yeah.
I wish one of them would have had
NVIDIA.
An NVIDIA.
Yes. Oh, I don't get it. I still never understood it. I never got it.
The very first.
It would actually make, like, I know it's going to be weird, but because they're both AMD, right? So if one of them would have went, the GeForce way or whatever it's, the NVIDIA GeForce, if one of them would have done that, I don't think we would have had such problems during the COVID time with development, systems and development and everything, because everybody has their own thing, But see, it might also make it a little bit harder on developers, because then you got to. I mean, how do you? I wonder how developers take that in, because clearly they have to do this through, developing. So they have to develop for GeForce, and they'll have to develop it for Intel. But they already most companies already kind of do that. If they put it on PlayStation, most of the time it's on PC. If they put it on Xbox, most of the time it's on PC. So they already have to do that anyway. So, I
think it'd be better to develop for NVIDIA architecture rather than AMD.
Yeah.
I just don't think I don't think when it comes to the game system, genre, I just don't ever see them going away from the, the Intel and, AMD and all that. I just don't see them ever pushing away from, the AMD only and for GeForce. I don't see them pushing away from AMD, because they've had such a longevity with them. You know what I'm saying? The last 20 years, they've been dealing with this company. They're going to clearly get, everything. They probably take up 60% of what AMD does. Probably 60-70% probably comes through just, what Xbox and Sony makes alone is probably what their revenue is a year. They're just building systems, because it's just, not everybody doesn't buy a new PC every year. A PC is something that can last for 5 to 7 years. A console normally goes about 3 to 4, because then they do a refresh rate. Then you get a new one, and then you do a new one. A PC you can buy it once and not have to change it for 6 to 7 years. Yeah. So unless you're just like really petty and you just want to.
I mean, he brings up a good point, because if you look at, I do believe that AMD processors are superior to Intel with pricing and with platform, because the AM4 socket lasted forever. And a lot of the
Uh-huh.
AM4 platforms, all you needed was a BIOS update, and you could just put, slap a new processor in there. So your processor, your motherboard, and your RAM, if you max your RAM out, that will last you for over
Ages.
yes,
8-9 years.
Yeah, easy. And
Yep. If I knew what I knew now when I bought this, so I didn't know as much about PC when I bought this, when I bought my gaming PC, because I really didn't understand it. So afterwards, I kind of figured it out because, dealing with more people like, our buddy Casual, he kind of talked to me. That's when I started figuring out that I wish I would have went with AMD. I don't know. It's just is what it is. But now I know when my next upgrade on my PC ever. I'll probably just get rid of this one and then just upgrade to a full blown one.
Yeah, I mean,
and then just have AMD there.
My AM4 socket, I went from a 6-core, 12-thread processor, and with the same socket, the same RAM, all I had to do was a BIOS update, and then I could run the 5950, which is 16 cores, 32 threads. That is a huge gap, but same platform. It's crazy. And you don't get that with Intel. Every couple gens, Intel is changing their socket, and it's just, and the day is
And the
coming.
performance difference between the different generations are just so minuscule.
And right now, Intel's ran into an
13th gen and
issue.
14th gen.
Intel has ran into an issue right now because the performance difference between the 13900K and the 14900K, it's very, very minuscule. I mean, Intel needs to do something, or they're already getting their pants whooped with current. With the best of AMD against the best of Intel. If you take a 7800 X3D, it wipes the floor with the 14900K.
Yeah, it's on par with the i9. Yeah.
And it's just crazy for half the price.
The thing is, they can't make them more powerful without drawing more power, which is not great for heat consumption.
Correct. And AMD's figured out. They figured that out. I mean, they started a long time ago with being the more what's the word I'm looking for? More efficient architecture, and they Zen for the win. Hey, that rhymed. I'm gonna start my own record company. I'm gonna be a rapper. Zen for a win. AMD did it again. Bada 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 da 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 da. Oh man, but yeah. So high
I'm
five.
pretty jaded. I just want to clarify.
Jeez. Oh well, that's actually one of my plans. The content that I'm going to start making for the channel. I'm gonna I'm still gonna be KY Bob, but I'm gonna have a video series called The Musical Gamer, where it's gonna have a lot of guitar play and
here I was imagining that you would do a sports section.
No. I'm going to basically break down the weekly news in a skit of different riffs and jams. Yeah. You may be subjected to my voice at certain singing pitches. Yeah. It either fails or it becomes a niche. So one way or the other. But Vinny, you joined us late, sir. Are you looking forward to basically third-party games? Can you not wait to platinum Halo on your PlayStation? Yeah.
So here's my opinion on that whole thing. I do think Microsoft's end goal is, Game Pass everywhere. They've said it a million times. It's the reason why they say on platforms where Game Pass exists. So, eventually they'll put Game Pass on PlayStation and Nintendo. But as far as releasing third-party games on other platforms, I just don't think, even with the Sea of Thieves rumor, I don't think Sea of Thieves is going to PlayStation. Mainly just because to port gas titles to other platforms is a lot of work, and to keep up with content like content updates, bug fixes, server maintenance. It's just they would have to put more people on the developing side with Sea of Thieves, and they already moved majority of the Rare staff to other projects, and have I think their studio is called Lucid Gaming. The ones who made Destruction All Stars, they're the ones that are like assisting with Sea of Thieves now. So essentially, like moving it to another platform would just require more money, more manpower to port it. So I don't think Sea of Thieves is going as far as Hi-Fi Rush is on the Switch. Maybe I wouldn't say I believe it though. Like it's just it's a possibility, but it just wouldn't really make sense to release it on the Switch. But who knows? You know, Microsoft's ported first party titles before, like Ori, to the Switch, so it might be another case where that happens again. As far as future games, like there's no chance like Hellblade or even Starfield or heck even Redfall are going to PlayStation. It just we all know from like the Sony documents, like software sales alone is not it's not sustainable. So their main push is with Game Pass. But it's a hybrid strategy where they're pushing with Game Pass, but they also have software sales to, you know, promote Game Pass to help bring in more revenue. So like unless PlayStation puts Game Pass on their platform, I just don't think they're gonna get any of our games.
And I don't think that's going to happen either. I don't think they'd allow that to happen.
Yeah, PlayStation doesn't want that. Yeah, they don't want that. They don't want that smoke.
I mean, they're not even their own Game Pass like subscription isn't even. It's not mature enough to.
Not even on par. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not mature enough.
Even though
to
it's
have
older
a
than
competitor
Game
on the
Pass.
same platform. It's just not.
Yeah. But when Satya Nadella was talking about, you know, bringing games to all platforms, he's really just talking about in the pretense of Activision becoming acquired by Microsoft and bringing Call of Duty, Diablo, other gas titles to more platforms, the Switch, PlayStation now. I don't think he's specifically talking about Bethesda titles or anything like that.
Yeah, but if there's one thing that they need to address, which is a really big issue, is how the message is not clear whatsoever. Phil Spencer says one thing, Satya Nadella says other thing, Brad Smith says other thing as well. Just saying case by case scenario doesn't clarify at all. We understood that before when it came to the Bethesda acquisition because they still had some contractual obligations to still deliver some games like Tokyo, like the Ghostwire Tokyo or Deathloop. There are games with communities on PlayStation, just like we have on The Elder Scrolls Online, as well as on Doom. You are not going to take away those communities, of course. It makes total sense. But like with the situation of putting their first party titles from their own publishing studios, because here's the thing, Xbox, everything may be considered as part of Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, ZeniMax, as well as Activision Blizzard King, but the true Xbox Game Studios that they actually refer as that and 100% try to consider it as exclusive games are actually the 15 studios that they acquire, including Rare, Turn 10, Playground Games, Undead Labs, Double Fine Productions, the Coalition 343. You know what I'm talking about. So to see a situation where they are out of the sudden, we are seeing a rumor that they are going to be putting their own titles that were published and developed by their own studios that were Xbox exclusives before on other people's platform. In the case of Sea of Thieves, in my opinion, it makes no sense whatsoever, considering the fact that we are trying to expand more our community. We are trying to make more players play the game. You already done that by making your games also available on PC and as well on cloud gaming. What more do you want? Of course, money. But what kind of, if this happens, what kind of bullshit are you going to try to say as some sort of excuse to make everyone accept this type of situation? Because honestly, it makes no sense in my opinion. It doesn't matter to me if it is a games as service like Sea of Thieves, if it is a multiplayer as Halo's Infinite multiplayer. It doesn't matter. You already have console, PC, and cloud gaming. So why would you put on your competitors console? Considering that like the PlayStation community is not going to, this game is interesting. I will buy then an Xbox so I can or just sign Game Pass on my PC and that's it. No, you are just going to make their player base just think to themselves, I just need to wait. I just need to wait because eventually it's coming to my console. Or the Xbox community is like, for me to play their games like God of War or Horizon Forbidden West, I need to buy a goddamn PlayStation.
Speaking of which, Horizon Forbidden West, the complete edition is coming to PC. Da, da, da. That's right.
Nice.
Coming to Game Pass.
You know what? So, you know what's funny is, I have Death Stranding on my PlayStation, but I also have Death Stranding.
Oh, you don't?
Yes, I do, and I also have Death Stranding on my PC. And you know how I open Death Stranding on my PC? I open it through the Xbox app. That's where I own Death Stranding on PC, is through the Xbox app. And yes, I have achievements and everything. It's kind of odd. It's weird. But
kind of funny.
No,
it's funny. I think there's a greater chance of Spider-Man coming to Xbox than Xbox games going to PlayStation. Or like Bethesda title.
Wow.
Studios outside of Activision and
gosh.
So are we gonna talk about the possible surprise that might be happening in the direct tomorrow?
Oh yes, of course we are. But
I think it's Banjo-Kazooie by Double Fine.
Oh jeez.
I think
hope so.
so.
That would be
So
amazing.
can I go first on that? Can I go first? I just want to get it off my chest because I've already kind of threw it out there what I said.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Let it.
I think
know.
we have two announcements tomorrow. But it's in the same genre, so it's the same thing. I think they announce an open beta for Final Fantasy 14, which that's kind of been already leaked. They've put it on the store, and then on top of it, they're going to be like, also, here's Final Fantasy 7 remake coming out, so and so. Or right now, kind of scenario, or something like that, maybe a week from now or something. Kind of to get people, finally hyped. I don't think we're going to get this PlayStation, Spider-Man, God of War, none of these big entitled games. Or even Final Fantasy 16, maybe.
Like
or even
Rush
Final
was
Fantasy
not a
16.
game like that.
The thing is, they can't put Spider-Man on the Xbox system. They just can't. I just think that
That's what they said about MLB, baby.
Yeah, but MLB, listen, the difference though, MLB wasn't selling 1 million copies on PlayStation. That's why. So it was more of a value thing but Spider-Man's selling how much on PlayStation? 20 million plus. on PlayStation, we're going to probably have on Spider-Man 2 over 20 million. Because what the first one sold what 20, 22 or 26, and then Miles Morales sold like 7. So, you know, it just Spider-Man's not gonna. They don't need to like. I mean, it'd be nice because clearly they would probably make another 10 to 15 million, you know, copies sold, at least 10 million, I'd say, or close to it. But they don't need to do it, so they also keep people on their ecosystem, right? Final Fantasy, Square Enix took a hit on Final Fantasy 16, so they're looking to make any revenue they can possibly make, you know, and I'm sure they in that contract they had with Sony and stuff for Final Fantasy not coming to the console, you know, they had some type of value where if it didn't sell enough or they didn't make enough over the series of those 2 games or the multiple games, that if the percentage wasn't high, I'm sure they can, like, you know, force it to somewhere else. And I think that's what it is. I think Square Enix is so undervalued on the off that, you know, even though when Final Fantasy 16 sold 6 million copies, in our reality, if a game sells more than 3 million copies, that's a success, right? But when you pay $300+ million to make the game, it's not a success because you're not really making that much. You're only making less than $100 million after, you know, you're paying your people, you get all your stuff out, you're developing everything, you're shipping, all that. Yeah, you're losing money or you're coming close to it. So I think this is a more of a business move than it is, oh, we're going to be the fans. I think Square Enix is just looking like, oh, fuck, PlayStation's not what we thought it was 20 years ago, where everybody bought a PlayStation 2 for Final Fantasy. You know, I remember buying my PlayStation 2 just to play Final Fantasy X. After I still was playing nothing but Halo, I still owned a PlayStation 2 just to enjoy my Final Fantasy and my wrestling games because that's just what it was. So I think this is what they're going to do. I think they're going to do an open beta and Final Fantasy VII Remake because they're not going to put why would they put God of War on Xbox? Or why would they put Spider-Man? Why would they? Death Stranding might be a maybe, you know, but even then, no, it's going to be no first party from Sony. 0 first party when it comes to that.
Wait, but was there a rumor saying something that Spider-Man or God of War?
No, that's just everybody. Listen, that's just everybody talking out their fucking ass. That's just so people will talk. There's no way.
No,
If Spider-Man 2, if Spider-Man 2 gets announced tomorrow, I'll buy a random person.
It isn't.
I'll buy a random person that's on our show that comes every weekend. Thimber, Palpatine, any of those guys, you know, that come on a regular basis. I'll do a random drawing if Spider-Man 2 comes out, and I'll buy them a copy on Xbox.
It's like a 50-50 chance between Thimber and...
Wait. You're going to buy
no, there's 7 people. There's 7 people that normally 7 to 10 people that normally watch our show on a weekly basis. So hey, I mean, but still, that's still I'm still a thing.
Umbra's one of them. Umbra, would you be down for that?
The Umbra. Yeah, anybody. I'll do a random drawing if that happens. That's how I'm almost a tool man's here every weekend. I'm guaranteed that it's not Spider-Man. There's no way.
It won't be Spider-Man.
They're not that.
Baby.
Thank you.
The idea, though, that it could actually land is too far-fetched. It is I. Yes.
Oh my god! I never thought Bushido would actually disguise himself again.
Well, you see, Bushido voice. He wishes it could be a smooth.
See, they're never in the same Discord chat. You notice that? Either one or the other.
Bushido in the house.
I mean, like, I just messed with you because it's completely impossible for me to not make that joke over and over, mate. Sorry.
There's a subtle difference between our voices. Like, mine's is quality and his is trash. But hey, you know, subtle. No, but seriously, no. As far as Spider-Man goes, like, there is a window where it could happen, right? But that's on Disney. If Disney says, hey, dog, you're not making enough, you're not bringing in enough, and we're going to have that being multi-plat, what is Sony going to do? No, we disagree. We won't allow it. They're probably going to acquiesce. Now, see, the problem is it's multiple facets to that because now Disney has the MCU, and they're using Spider-Man there, which Sony has the movie rights. So they're going to work with each other to cancel that plan out. That's what ultimately is going to happen. The only way that would probably change is if Disney is not getting anything on the movie front. Then they'll probably say, you're going to have to put your game multi-plat. That's the only way I can see that happening. Just as a theory. as a hypothetical, but no, that wouldn't be happening
I'm-
as far as the game coming. Maybe Final Fantasy VII though remake.
That is a very good theory, though, because we've already heard of the backlash from Sony when they found out that Indiana Jones wasn't going everywhere. And
Absolutely. Yeah, once those documents hit and you saw that no, there was no restriction on them keeping it exclusive. Yeah, things are different. And Indiana Jones isn't the IP, to be fair, that Spider-Man is. Spider-Man is a gigantic IP, like just off of, sales of like toys and other things like that alone. Spider-Man brings in billions, just off other things and forms of merchandise. So like he's the number one money maker as far as comic characters and things like that by far. Like it's night and day. You would probably think, well, what about Batman? Batman doesn't even compare.
so, what do
But,
you think? What do you think what's gonna be the big surprise?
Maybe not the shadow drop, because to Target's credit, it doesn't necessarily have to be a shadow drop, but it can be a stealth drop, right? So the stealth drop and the difference between a shadow and stealth.
Towerborn.
Towerborn, they said is from what Jazz was saying, it's still being worked on. It might happen later this year.
I took a random guess because I'm like, you're gonna talk about a game that's already been announced. Like Hi-Fi Rush was a random, drop.
Exactly. So
Okay.
Hi-Fi was
Yeah.
exact. That's an exact shadow drop. It did get mentioned, but most of us didn't see that. Like some random person was like, "Oh, this game," they mentioned it on what Reset Era or something, but no, most of us didn't see that. So that was still a shadow drop for us. We didn't know about it. The media didn't know about it. They didn't trust that rumor. And here's the game. Immediately, you can play it now. So that's a shadow drop in its fullest sense. Stealth will be something we notice in development, but they show it there and say it's available now. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
something like that would fit the bill for me. My thought was Towerborn before too, until I heard Jazz say that it won't be ready until the fall. Stalker 2 was one of my thoughts too, until like
Me too.
that
They
was one of my
announced it yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now that's the fifth. And the reason I thought Stalker 2 is because we started seeing these images pop up, right? And we started, I'm like, that could be. Are they alluding to that? You know what it might be? And we got all hyped for. But you know what it might end up being? Final Fantasy 14.
Well, I just said that before you joined the party. I said it was going to be the open beta
Did you?
for Final
Oh,
Fantasy
okay.
14. So I said Final Fantasy 14, and then they'll either announce Final Fantasy 7 remake or possibly pushing Final Fantasy 16, depending on the scenario. I think we're going to get two scenario of drops with it, but I think because
That might be it.
if you noticed like 2 days ago or even yesterday, I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, they had it on the Xbox Marketplace for the open beta, but they took it down instantly. Like
That's
Tom
why
Warren even posted about it.
Exactly.
That's
See,
that's where
that's why
I think it's going to be
that
the
might be
open
it.
beta.
yeah.
I think it's going to be the open beta.
Mm-hmm.
Because what did they said March? They said April, March, or something like that. I don't know exactly. They said early year for Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 14. They didn't really give a real release date. If they do a beta, let's say tomorrow, the 18th, let's say the beta goes on for 2 weeks, that gives them a month to enhance or fix the problems that happen on Xbox. They release it in early March. We have a March release for Final Fantasy 14. It goes back, and then that's why I think even maybe possibly Final Fantasy 7 also dropping tomorrow. Not like a shadow drop, but like you said, like a drop,
announcement.
whatever. Surprise, announcement.
I can
Like,
see
it
that
would be
happening for
good.
sure. Yep. Not
Super
only
Smash
yeah, yeah.
Bros.
that, the only
Oh,
reason
if
I
all-
can
that
see
would be-
maybe Final Fantasy 7. Wait a minute, that's your guess, Vinny.
I hope it's not your guess, because it's not happening.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. But the like,
But
the
the
reason
thing
why I
about
can
it,
believe Final
Xbox
Fantasy
did
7 Remake
Xbox
2,
did give Nintendo that.
Well, see, the only reason, like Final Fantasy Remake, I believe that could be the case because it's a long time coming. Microsoft has been working on that relationship for a while. Clearly, Square is now turning and changing their tune. We saw it even when they brought Phil Spencer on stage. Phil
On stage.
Spencer!
Thank you, Phil Spencer,
Phil
sir.
Spencer!
We all shake hands same time now and take a picture.
Now, after we finish, you make game now.
We make it enough for you, sir. Game Pass score.
Game Pass. No. But so like my thing is, I'm sorry, that was very insensitive of us. But my thing is that Final Fantasy
I wasn't a part of it.
14, Mac influenced us. He told us to do it. But my thing is, Final Fantasy 14 might have been the thing that they were going to stealth drop, and it just happened. They made a mistake and somebody posted it too early, so that could be it. But Final Fantasy 7 remake has been a long time coming since the Xbox One. Like, finally, if they bring it over, like, sheesh. The only reason why that might not happen, 16 would make more sense. So the only reason I don't believe 7 remake is because they have Rebirth coming to PlayStation in the next month or so. So that might undercut it. You know what I mean? Marketing wise,
that's kind of why. Well, and then there's like I said, there's also the value there. You know that they have a contract to play that it's not going to come out for like a year after the final game comes out. That's why I keep saying 16 also, because that contract is probably still in the play with Sony, saying they can't, and it's, Square Enix can't just do it. I was thinking, unless they had like some little small wording in there where, the value of their money wasn't good enough and they needed to go ahead and push it out because of money reasons, which, Square Enix tends to be a little bit higher on their money situation.
Version.
Yeah. Well, that would, it's like, if there's, let's say, they clearly said, Final Fantasy 16, sold 6 million copies, I think it was. Or 3, I don't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was, but it was really undervalued. It was really undervalued to what they thought. They thought 7, 8, 9, 10 million,
Square
and they got way undervalued.
Doesn't Square always
they've always done that. They did it with Kingdom Hearts. They did it with Kingdom Hearts.
Fantasy 15 sold really well.
But 15 sold well, but the thing about 15 sold well is because it was on Xbox, and then on top of it, they sold it like 4 different fucking times too, because they had the Royal Edition, they had other editions. It was like weird, and finally they come out with that final edition where like it come with everything. It was just, it's kind of like a Destiny move where they sold it 3 different freaking times, and all the DLC were added at this point or that point, so it kind of valued it up a little bit higher.
The thing for me is that Square is their own worst enemy, because they have made this unholy union with Sony and they don't want to let it go. And it's like, you all could make so much money, and that's why they set their casting out like, oh, we're going to expect to make this much. That's why they lost the division. They had the Western division because they put unprecedented like expectations on Crystal Dynamics or whomever to reach certain numbers with like Guardians of the Galaxy, and that underperformed to them, even though it did well, but that still underperformed for them. So it's like nothing they can put out will ever quite meet those numbers. And part of the problem is that they've had played this exclusive game for so long.
Yeah, it put them in a financial rut.
Absolutely. So now they have to play ball. That's why I believe, some of these games will make their way over, I think, this year. And it's where there's smoke, there's fire. Jazz has spoke about Final Fantasy VII Remake, saying that he's been hearing things like legit stuff. So it's going to happen at some point.
With the previous CEO, I feel like it was more of a pride thing. That's why they just found themselves in this like sinkhole of a situation with money. Because we saw the document. I forgot if it was the Activision case or something like that, where we saw that Square Enix demanded more money from Xbox to port the game over to Xbox. Like they demanded money.
It had to be, because it was, they did say, Microsoft did throw it in there that PlayStation had exclusivity to more games, and Sony had to show the bookings on what it was and why it happened and stuff like that. So it had to be brought up. So it probably was during that time. That was like early stages of the case too. That was like real early of it. So yeah.
What if the shadow drop was Foam Stars coming to Game Pass?
Oh my god.
What, you all not
Can't wait to not play it. Can't wait to not play it. Can't wait to not play it. I'll tell you that.
Foam it up, guys. Let's foam
first of all, let's talk about
up.
anybody that has what the heck's that called, where they have seizures and shit, where they're gonna fucking have a seizure as soon as that shit starts. Yeah, they'll have a seizure instantly, because there ain't no fucking way anybody wants that shit.
Now, what about you guys?
Foam it up, brothers.
Foam it up. What about you guys though, Fabio and KY and Viddy? What's your thinking for what's going to be the shadow drop?
I think Kilm. Kilm by Double Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that or at least I hope so, because I would really appreciate way more than just like Final Fantasy or something like that. I understand that Final Fantasy 14 or Final Fantasy 7 remake would be huge, or like Stalker 2 or something like that, but I think that the shadow drop of the Xbox Game Direct is perfect for you to just drop something that is simple, that was made by your own studios, like Pentiment, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, something that like people would never expect, something new, something simple, something small, but something that you can clearly see that the teams have passion in doing it. So I think that if there was a drop for them to do, it would be I would prefer to believe on the rumors that Double Fine Productions would shadow drop their small title King, and I think that would be much more of a treat in my opinion, because otherwise when that small project that ended up getting released, people are just going to, who cares about that shit? Why would I play that instead of like just, oh my god, really? You guys just announced the game right now. You show me how it works, and it's available right now, and nobody was able to leak it. Just like the same sensation we had with Hi-Fi Rush, because otherwise, I think Hi-Fi Rush would not have been so successful if it wasn't shadow dropped out of nothing.
Well, it definitely
Yeah,
had the wow factor.
Keon is a good guess, and that is a good guess. I've heard people say that, it does make a ton of sense. I read up on the game, by the way. It's a multiplayer, type of game where it's a very odd kind of description for it, but you're multiplayer based where you're fighting each other, and you have these clay pots that you can mold into certain like archetypes and stuff, and you fight each other. It's kind of unique sounding. I just wonder how it
Yeah,
plays.
yeah, like so. Just by looking at what these rumors are describing the game as, like, don't you think it would be a nice shadow drop for them to show, like, as a just a
Hmm.
treat? It's not a big game. It doesn't have to be a big game. Let the big games to be released throughout the year. For a
Absolutely.
for a small event like that, why would you use your best cards? Give us something that is completely new, but it's something that you can clearly see that the teams had passion doing it, and it is unique as hell because nobody heard of it before.
Hmm.
So that's why I think it would be much better. At least to me, I would be way happier if they decided to make a small first party project shadow drops there.
And I didn't come
Yeah, I
up.
think
Yeah.
I didn't come up with that myself either. Colt Eastwood talked me into that because I was on the camp of, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was on the camp of like Stalker, and then a couple of the others you all mentioned. I was in that camp, and Colt, in the course of a conversation, talked me into it being Kiln, and I was like, okay,
yeah.
maybe.
Well, think about it. Double Fine literally stopped working on that game because of Psychonauts 2. They literally put all hands on deck on Psychonauts 2 to make sure it got done in time. And they even said that they had to put an extra project on the side. Now, it's been, 2 years since Psychonauts 2 come out? It come out in November, December of 2021. It might because I've only no it wasn't 3 years because I haven't known everybody that long, and I've pretty much played it like 6 months prior to meeting everybody, so it's only been about 2 years. But even in 2 or 3 years, though, that's still a lot of time to start working on your little smaller side project, because they did admit to it being a smaller project than Psychonauts 2. So I mean, it might be done, and you might be right, Bobby, on that. That might be a pretty good guess, I would say. 1 second, the baby's crying. I'll be right back.
What about you, Vinny? What was your guess for the shadow or maybe stealth drop?
I thought it was going to be Banjo-Kazooie prior to this week, but I still think Banjo-Kazooie is going to get announced, but I think they're going to do it at the actual showcase.
I mean, my heart would really love that have a new Banjo Kazooie game, but I just need to accept the fact that until then, it's probably not going to happen so far.
No,
Yeah.
I think he's really focused on
my
getting
soul.
4 games out every.
He hurts my
I think
soul.
he's focused. Abba.
Yeah, no, that would be a dope one too, though. Like that would be pretty nice. Yeah, that would be pretty
No, but
nice if they
I
brought that
think
out.
I think Phil's focused on getting 4 games a year, and I
Stroke
think
time.
Benj is one of them for next year.
You know, Double Fine,
Yeah.
they did tweet out a couple of weeks ago. That's what led everybody to believe that this developer direct was going to be on January 25th, because Double Fine did kind of leak tweet shenanigans on the 25th of January, and I was just checking their Twitter profile, and that tweet that they put out a couple weeks ago is gone.
What was it about?
Wait.
They mentioned
You mean the one that you mean the
How
one
about
that
that?
it's like new year, new stuff, and new things to be excited for, something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that. And they even alluded to surprises on the 25th. And if you remember the leak that went out from Clobberl, that leak for the developer direct was originally a leak to be the 25th of January, and then of course we got the official one that said, "Oh no, it's the 18th." So that may have been why Double Fine took their tweet down. But
Maybe. I remember people saying like, "Boom!" I think he mentioned the 25th. He thought for this developer direct. I'm like, well, last year was like the 15th, I believe, or something. So I already in my mind I figured it would be in that same kind of window. So
Can
it just
I
fits.
ask you guys a question?
Certainly,
Do you guys think all the games they're gonna show are gonna come out this year?
I do. I think they've actually, like Tom Henderson
si-
spoke on it. He said every game shown this year should be releasing this year.
Every single one of them, like even Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones for sure. If
I
they're
will
showing
go
it,
like
if they're showing it now, that shocked the hell out of me. By the way, Fabio, because I'm sure all of you, because who the hell would have thought that? Like, oh, here's Indiana Jones. We're gonna be showing it here at this event. It's like what? Like we all thought it was really early, right? So that's
Yeah,
the
but
only
it's
one that I would
really,
say that worries me that might not make it this year. To your point,
but like no, but like I think when we start thinking about Indiana Jones, we all think like, holy crap, is it going to be released this year? Like, isn't that way too early? Like that teaser, we don't remember that, but that teaser was shown like 3 years ago.
was it really that long ago?
Yeah, it was that long ago. Like, let me
2020, yeah.
just check.
Time
It was when
flies.
Bethesda got bought out. Yeah, it was
Shit,
before
Games
Bethesda even
Fever.
closed.
No, it was
Wow.
like no. IGN's YouTube showed up here that it was released on January 12th, 2021.
Phil Spencer's birthday.
Isn't that
Or
something?
yeah,
3 years, man.
That's crazy. So, and by the time they announced it, they were probably already working on it for a year before that. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
I can believe
it
it. I
is.
can believe it could release this year.
It is possible. It is possible. Like we
Hmm.
don't believe it because it seems to be like not that long ago, but it was.
well, that's what happens when you
Yeah, it
don't
seemed
have
like
games
it was
all
just
year.
last year almost. Yeah, I guess so.
I
When
mean,
you go
I mean, I mean,
2022 to 2023 with that drought, time flies, I guess.
I
all the
really want.
PlayStation fans gotta hold their breath
I mean,
for Xbox
I really
games.
want. I really want to understand what's going on with Contraband and and State of Decay 3 because holy crap, those games are never coming out, are they?
I think Contraband is
yeah.
close.
Contraband, I believe, is close too, especially from what we talked about with Mag on the podcast.
I mean,
Um,
it was when was Contraband announced? 2020,
2020.
2019,
Mhm.
2024
It was
years
2020.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost 4 years ago. Like Jesus.
To Pete's point, he says apart from Starfield, Bethesda usually releases their games 3 to 6 months after they announce it, which is true. And he says they did it
Yeah.
for Fallout 4 and 76. So them doing that likely points to that tradition. So I can believe it. Plus, you got Machine Games who we hadn't heard a peep from since part 2 of Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein. and
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, and of course, I'm sure they want to regain a bit of that credibility after the flub that was that DLC expansion game of theirs for Wolfenstein. I know most people didn't. What was it, New Blood or something? People didn't like that one.
Young Bloods or something
Yeah,
like that.
Young
There
Blood.
you go. So I think they want to
Listen,
rebound.
that was the worst game I've ever played
Oh,
from
no,
Machine Games
how-
ever. Me and Zimmy
Where did you come
games
from?
where we played like an hour of it and it was horrible. So I'm listening to you. I got my headphones on because I have the 850s. I can walk around my whole house with them. But that is the
Go
worst
off.
fucking game I've ever played. Ever
Brag.
fucking played. Okay, but
Humble-
go ahead.
Was that a humble brag right there with the 850s?
Yes, it's the 850Xs. Let's clarify. They're pre-sale already. I got them before anybody else.
No, don't try to
I mean-
downplay it now. You already
I mean,
hyped it
I
up.
really-
Jeez.
I mean, are you
I'm playing. I'm just saying I got them before everybody else.
I mean, are you listening to us and talking that while you are taking care of your baby?
Yes, I also have taken a shit. There's been times I've taken a shit. Okay, carry on. Okay, sorry.
You took a shit? I mean, you took a shit or the baby took a shit?
Both.
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 Both
Figure-
at
yeah,
the same
both.
time. Like
At the
like
same damn
father
time.
and son. Like
The
father
baby
and
took it as
son.
soon as he got home from his 9 to 5.
They grow up so
Baby in there like,
fast.
"Come on,
yeah.
it's time.
It's time to
Time,
take a shit.
time to go poopy. Go poopy.
right.
No. Imagine like out of a long day's work, Mac comes back to his house and he just listens to it. Hey, daddy,
Oh gosh.
don't make poopy.
It made me choke on my soda. Ugh.
Baby in there whining, waiting for his poop time, his quality poop time with his father. He's like, "Come on, daddy." But yeah, getting back on topic. I was gonna say no, that makes some sense for sure with Indiana Jones. And then again, like was informed to us by Mag and his contact and his source rather, you got id Software and 343 who have helped with the development in some ways or what we don't know the details of it with, at least that's what we're hearing so far with the development of this game. So I can believe it's coming out for sure. And it was a big hang up about that. They gave Mag trouble about that. And you say co-developed. He's not speaking the whole industry, proper term and usage of the words. He was just saying he knows
Oh
people
my
who were
gosh.
helping to work on the game. That's
The chart says the charts.
right.
The charts.
He said co-developed though. And that means they were really entrenched in the game and worked like Crystal Dynamics with initiative. Like that
They
wasn't
glued each other's butts to each other.
yeah.
Speaking
people
of
trying to
which,
make a big thing out of it.
the coalition went out to Undead Labs to help because we know the coalition they are the kings of Unreal Engine.
Games
What
of Unreal. No
yes,
question.
what they get out of Unreal is incredible. And with them going to Undead Labs to
It's
help
Unreal.
them with Unreal 5, that doesn't mean it's being co-developed by the coalition. It just means they went to, hey, look, let me show you some tricks with Unreal Engine.
They helped, and that's my point. Like Mag was saying that. Now he used the wrong verbiage. He said co-develop, but he was saying that they helped, help them make the game in some whatever way that is. These other teams were doing. Like I didn't take anything with that to think, oh, they're working in tandem with them. When he said that, my mind went literally to they're helping out on some things. At no point did I think Machine Games was not handling the most of the work. You know what I mean? But some people took that, he said this and ran with it and tried to make it like the man was just a blatant liar. It's like, come on, man. So yeah. But no, Timber just talked about it. He says, actually, Machine Games corrected that info. It says they didn't co-develop the game. They just just land hand on it? What'd you say? They just land hand on it.
But just laid that. I think he meant lay
First they
hands.
just slapped them.
Oh, okay.
They just blessed it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the point of what I was making, Timber, is that he used the wrong verbiage, but it wasn't that they co-developed. That is that they helped make the game. That could be something as simple as, hey, try this control scheme, to, hey, here's the I mapped out this thing for this action for you. It could be something simple. It could be something more major. But
I wouldn't be surprised if they did some textures
right,
like the grass and foliage.
exactly. And it doesn't have to be anything major. It don't have to be anything small necessarily either. But it's not that he just used the wrong verbiage, and people ran with that as if, see, you can't trust him, because that one thing, the way he said
He's
it,
a liar. Burn him
right?
at the stake.
Exactly. And I'm like, why we all
My
hyped
dragon
anyway?
said he's wrong.
Cut
And-
his
and the
fucking
people-
head off.
You know, the people who are more hyped, the people who are more hyped were Hoove brothers. So it's like, what are you hyped for? What are you so mad that he said this thing for? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, go to your own like little podcast and talk about the second, third showcase PlayStation. games.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But on the topic of Indiana Jones, I think it might be first person.
For Indiana
It was
Jones,
third person. I thought they already announced it was third person.
they didn't. So I think it'll be.
Yo, wait, so remember, me and Vinny had this conversation like a week ago. I said I hope it's third person, and then somebody like yesterday or the day before, I think it might have been Trulia or somebody else said that they announced it was third person. I'm like it has to be.
Well, there's your
Because it
problem
doesn't make
there.
sense at
You
first.
heard Truly tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
You ran with it.
Yeah, well, I don't remember who it
Telling
was.
you all the
Trulia was in
last
party at the
Hoove
time.
brothers.
See?
I don't understand how you can make an adventure game like that first person. Name a first person adventure game that ever succeeded like that. That's not like it's Mirror Edge pretty much is what I would put it out to be. That game did not succeed like it was supposed to.
Wait,
Like,
isn't
it-
Well, I feel
just
like
doesn't make
you got games like Doom where the grapple shot. And
Yeah, but
whatnot,
that's a
Indiana
shooter,
Jones.
dude. Indiana Jones is like, oh, let me use my whip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's
every time you see 100% of the time Indiana Jones just using his whip, nothing else.
That's right.
So
I mean, I've never seen the movies,
It's
so I can't really like downplay the movies.
Yep.
But like,
Wait,
does he
never
only
seen-
use the whip? It
Wait,
sounds
wait,
like he
wait.
only uses the whip.
let's go back. Did
You
you
never
just say
saw
you've
the
never seen the
movie?
movies? Right. That's what I thought I
Nope.
heard.
I have
No,
no
you
interest
gotta-
in watching those movies at all.
You
No,
shut
you
your
gotta be
whore
kidding
mouth.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh,
Oh my fucking
I'm
Lord.
sorry that I wasn't
God.
born in 1960. Like
Ah,
the
don't
two
use that.
Bushidos.
Don't use that
The
excuse.
two Bushidos, you know what I'm saying? And I
Don't
don't
use
really
that
have.
Let me ask
excuse.
Your guys'
Okay.
action pack in 1980 was so thrilling, you know what I'm saying?
Let me
like,
ask
some
you
of-
this.
Some of the best
Let me
action movies of all time were made in the 80s.
Scarface came in out in 1982, and so did a movie called Bad Boys that was 1980. They're two
I
of my
was
top
born-
10 movies
I was,
of all
I was
time.
born in 82, but yeah. But
Oh,
still.
sure, that's what they all say.
But listen, even beyond that though, no, seriously, I think it'll be first and third. I think they'll have you switch between both. Just to say.
Yeah, that's what me and somebody else. I think it was me and Vinny. I said it might be like a dual thing where like certain scenes you might play first, and then certain scenes you might play third, like because it would make more sense to have like climbing in third person. It would make it more like kind of like remember Rainbow Six Vegas 2 when you went into cover mode, it was third person, but when you came out of it, it was first person. So something similar to that.
I agree.
I hate using first person. I hate using. The Turk and the pods and stuff like that, and
Exactly.
the Warhogs. But see, the thing with that is the Halo could actually probably work as a third person game too, though. People don't underestimate that
absolutely could.
Halo could work. Turn that down. Sorry. It just, it's one of those things where if every game we've named, right, that could be that first person, third person, they're all pure shooters, right? They're shooters. Indiana Jones is not going to be a pure shooter. It's going to be an adventure game with maybe puzzles and then like jumping over stuff, right? Maybe and running from a big ass boulder. Like, is there really going to be a lot of guns in this game? Probably not. So
Well, here's the
that
pro- you know
first
what, though? They
person
might
mode is
change
why
that
I
again.
feel like
They might change that up though a
Oh.
bit to make it more gamey. Like they might add that element.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. I just
What
wondered.
about
That's why I just
Bobby?
wondered. I'm like,
Yeah, you never know. I would love to see. Would it be crazy if they did all
we'll
that? Though,
find out tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow.
Exactly.
We'll find out tomorrow. at
What if
3
he did
o'clock.
all this talking? And it was a Telltale type of game. What?
Oh,
Oh
God.
my God, that would be. Let me tell
And
you
that shit
something.
to
That would,
PlayStation. I'm not about that.
yo, dude, give us the foam All Stars before that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Talk about
Palpatine.
hype kill.
Palpatine brings up a good point. You can miss all of them if you want. Okay, it's your prerogative, but you have got to watch Temple of Doom. You have to. Temple of
No,
Doom.
you have to
And
watch it.
maybe when
have to
I'm
watch
like,
The third one.
well,
is
see, maybe when
amazing.
I'm like dying of cancer, I can't see the movie, and they just play it in the background.
You
should
call
Maybe
him.
then I'll watch it.
You call him Dr. Jones, lady.
Oh, hey, like our earlier faux pas, KY just surpassed it, so we good now.
He was the last one, so it's
Right.
Oh gosh.
Wait. Let me ask you this, Mac. Like, I'm curious. Have you ever watched Blade Runner?
Yeah. I watched the
Harrison
newer one
Ford?
too. One with,
The old
with,
one.
with
the
no,
old
the,
one.
no, I never watched the old one. I watched the one with Ryan Gosling
Ah,
or whatever, the one that is
okay.
done recently.
Okay. Oh my fucking lord! What have you been doing with your life? Oh my
Watching
fuck.
Marvel movies.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Mac, you need to watch the original trilogy, man.
Movies from the 80s just hit different, man. They're just
Absolutely.
for
Well, they didn't
some
have
reason, they're
CGI
just
and they did all the
really
shit legit. You know, it wasn't all
Mate,
fake shit.
Yeah. Well, some of it
Movies
was
from the-
CGI, but yeah, a lot of
movies
practice.
from the-
Yeah.
I mean,
good. Scary movies too were scary from the 80s. Holy
I
crap.
mean,
That's
movies
right.
from the 80s just hit like different. Like, just watch The Labyrinth with David Bowie. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah,
The Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Hellraiser 2 was like, oh my gosh.
Tell the never-ending story.
Is it time to poo poo
Never-ending
again? Mac?
story.
The Goonies.
The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Absolutely.
Guys, I'm okay. I've been saved by my pinches of pow. It's like, yes.
Hey, why can't escape this? He's stuck in this the Asian loop.
You guys,
right
I'm
now.
stuck
Did
in
you
this
guys know
Asian
KY
loop
is
right
half
now.
Chinese?
He's
Yeah.
stuck in the Asian loop.
I'm half Chinese. It's okay. I'm sorry.
There you go.
You make it now.
In the pants.
You make game
Oh,
now.
what? You make game now for $2. $2. What else? You know?
We thank you. We
You
thank
know
you.
what?
Watch the
Yours-
game set live.
If it Mac,
You know,
yours,
you know,
yours
you know
more
them game.
from Asian to like Hispanic. The way you said it.
Oh,
You like
it's all the same.
$2 for
Sorry, that's
$2.
ignorant. God, you hear me be a prick. It's all the same. Fuck
Andale,
it.
andale.
No, it's all slave-driven shit somewhere else in other countries. We know. You know, in all reality, you know those sweat. You know, you got to think about those sweatshops over there that make shoes for like $1 an hour, right? I wonder if there's like a gaming developing company over there that just says they just beat their developers and shit, and say, you work for $2 a day. You work for $2
That's
a day. Make a
Korea.
whole fucking
Korea.
make a
all
whole
their games
make a
are
whole
like-
make a whole AAA game.
Yeah, they
Make
made
a AAA
right?
fucking
they
game
made
and
King
shit.
Kong.
They're only making like $20 off of it for the whole year.
Oh man, oh Palpatine, that's right. I love that movie, man. Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
like one of the
that's-
first scenes with Raiden, isn't it?
That's
Like,
right. That's
what-
what they based them off of. That rating off that guy in there. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. If you all didn't know, they
What?
based it off the
Oh.
electrical
One
guy
of-
off that.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
One of Kurt Russell's masterpieces.
it's classic right there.
Cut
Absolutely.
loose. Cut loose.
Everybody pay footloose.
Oh,
The son of a bitch expands like a balloon and he kills
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, right. He got so mad. He was like,
He gets so mad.
And when he blew up, you're expecting guts and stuff, and it's not. It's just a bunch of cabbage.
right.
It's like a big salad went
He was
off.
a vegan.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
a vegan. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh god.
What else you got for us, KY? What's up? What's the next point we?
Well,
What up, KY?
some news rundowns. Well, let's see here. Well,
Got
you,
enough?
the Twitch is reportedly set to lay off around 500 employees this week. Or last week. Last week they were set to lay off 500 employees.
500
500.
You say the
must
Switch?
be the it's
The Twitch.
Twitch. No, Twitch.
Oh,
stream.
Twitch. Okay, I misheard.
Yeah, Twitch.tv. Yeah, they already still. What was it? 25% of their people or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yep.
or something like that.
As part of a ongoing company reset.
Well, they said that like they overhired during COVID, which they did. Everybody did. Every company pretty much did that had some type of just anything, because of the way life at home were. Anything that had to do with being at home. You know what I'm saying? It just everything got overvalued a little bit because people were at home more. People were, watching Twitch more. People were watching Netflix more. So it's just a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in the world right now with overvaluing everything. That's why it's all happening. It's unfortunate. It really is. But I mean, you can't, if you ain't, well, they're making money because even if they kept the 500 employees or whatever it is, they're still going to probably make a $1 trillion sometime in the next 10 years, but it's just, it's a business point. You got to still make as much money as possible. You can't be, you have a certain percentage of $1 million a year. We'll just say you can't go $1.2 million just because you want to help people. You have to stick to that value as a CEO, as managers and everything else. Your value is what it is. And that's what it is. You get, I don't know what they call that, where they come in, they audit you. You know what I'm saying? They say, well, this is only this much value. Somebody comes in and audit you, and that's pretty much what probably happened. And they're probably getting auditors coming in and looking at their value of stuff and seeing is it really worth, having these other 500 employees. Is it worth losing that much money? Because 500 employees, at $25 an hour, we'll just say that's a lot of money. That's probably like $40 million a year, give or take. So,
especially if you add in like health insurance and things of that nature too.
Yeah, it makes sense, and it does. And unfortunately, that 500 people are going to lose their job, and that is just shitty as hell. And nobody wants that. Like, I don't care what business you're in, I would never want that upon any. I wouldn't want, because that's people's family. People get fed. They probably feed people and all their families and helping their family members out, their mom, their dad. But unfortunately, it's just it's time to move on and find something else. Amazon's always hiring. They pay almost $25 an hour now, so figure it out until then. That's what I try to tell people. So it's just a bad situation. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. It is definitely terrible. And then a thing to add to that, and with all due respect, and to those who lost their work and lost a job, you all can expect the same thing is about to happen with Activision.
With Xbox. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, that is.
How many employees are with Activision right now?
It's what,
10,000?
I mean,
10,000?
I mean,
is it 20?
You think they're going to keep it's up there? I know it's way more.
Might be
It's like
10.
triple the amount of what Microsoft had already.
Yeah.
So it's
You might be right.
yeah, I think it's 10,000.
Crazy,
I'm
man.
almost guaranteed 2,500 people lose their job. I'm almost guaranteed 2,500. It might be more in the 40% range because first of all, they got rid of the main. In my personal percentage, that 40% was just with the dick bag up above. So thank God he's gone. So, but unfortunately, Microsoft's still going to hire people that, that run their show, and they're going to put them in that point of Activision and Blizzard and all them, because it's just how it goes. You don't want people you don't know running your company. So, and you see how bad Activision has ran their company in the last 10 years.
In
They ran it in the.
In 2022, Activision had 13,000 employees.
Yeah, so that's 2022. They've already done layoffs, I thought.
So 2003, they had 17,000.
Oh.
Yes. Damn. So they put 5,000 more people in there in 1 year, and then now we're in 2024. Microsoft's about to do their financial thing at the end of the month. This will be the first time they have financials with Activision Blizzard and all them, and so we'll see. They'll probably see now. This will probably June, right before June, probably maybe. You'll see some type of demotion of people and let goes, because they're going to see the value of what they make now on the 31st. I'm sure they already kind of have a heads up of what it's going to be, but it's just they got to figure it out and figure out their percentage. Like I said, they got to get audited. They got to figure all that shit out and go from there.
As long as Bobby Kotick's ass is the first one out the door.
Well, he
I
got
mean,
that plus his millions.
we saw that announcement that what's her name, Lulu Chang, something like that. She was really
She left.
active during the. Yeah,
She left.
is going. Yeah.
Well, she's
one
leaving
of
because she knows the layoffs are coming, so it's just like
Yeah. And that's one of the examples. Like Sally, I think she's one of those that should remain, because honestly, she has been really great with her messaging. She has been quite direct in some situations, and I think that's something that Xbox could have some really good use of, instead of just keeping it to like silence or stuff like that. Like, not involving the community. Like, you remember when Hasbro said that idea of like, we would love to have the Transformers game available on Game Pass, but we don't have the codes because Activision Blizzard lost the codes to the game, and she just came out and said, "What do you mean we still got the codes?"
news about that. Actually, there's codes for the Steam version for Transformers on Amazon right now.
out of the sudden, just seriously.
How much? Do you know the price?
$49.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I'll just wait for them to come to Game Pass.
Jesus. Yeah, like he has such expectations.
Cheap ass.
Sorry that I don't make 500,000 a year.
Oh, shut up.
You don't want.
Okay.
You don't wanna own your own games.
Next on the block,
No.
a Remedy trademark recently filed as details regarding the next
This
entry
is-
into the Control series. Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Can we also talk about Remedy getting sued
Yeah, I
by Rockstar? That's where I thought you were going with it. I thought you were going with the Rockstar
Like the
logo.
snake
not
eating
this.
its own tail, man. That's what that is.
Yeah, see, Bob, that's crazy. The two things with Remedy right now. Rockstar's trying to get them a copyright for their logo also. So I didn't even know that Control thing was on. So that's new to me.
The Rockstar thing for them trying to sue them for the R is so stupid.
That shit is so stupid. It's Rockstar. And they make sure that nobody can copyright them, but they copyright everybody else. So we'll see.
Apparently, Rockstar owns the letter R.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah,
So
the judge will. What's going to happen with that? The judge is going to be like, well, it's not the same, and it's not like you guys make the same type of game, so the value of this is meaningless. Why are we even here?
And
The case
and
is
not
going to
just
get
that,
dismissed before it even goes to court. So
And in case they don't know or something like that, but their logo is quite similar to a already previously designed logo from Rare, which is I think is older than Rockstar. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Remedy Entertainment, their new trademark, they are going to, it looks like they want to really expand the Control / Alan Wake universe. There could be a Control multiplayer game in the works, a Control sequel. It has been speculated by Game Rant that it is possible that we're going to see a Control-based DLC for Alan Wake 2. And there's also a rumor of there being a television series or a movie based on the Control Alan Wake universe, which I would totally be down with that. I would enjoy that a lot. That would make for a good TV show, kind of like a sci-fi True Detective. I think that'd be really awesome. Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I still think I know this is kinda crazy that I brought Rockstar back up because I'm bringing it back up. We were talking about it. I think it was me and Bushido, and I said that Remedy would be the best person to make a Max Payne 4 if it wasn't Rockstar, because if now they're making a multiplayer game. Because if you ever played Max Payne 3, it runs really good. It's similar to Alan Wake and the movement system of Alan Wake and how they play, So I think Remedy would be a good one. But I mean, I know I'm bringing something up that has nothing to do with the value of what we're talking about. But I always said that they should be the company to add Max Payne to their list. But I don't know who owns the right to Max Payne. I don't know if it's Rockstar. I don't really remember. But yeah, so I don't even know who made the first two Rockstar. I mean, the first two Max Payne games, because I don't remember. It wasn't Rockstar because it was somebody else.
The first two,
Was it Remedy?
it was Remedy that made
Yes.
talking about Max Payne's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Max Payne. Wait, Remedy they made the first two?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
That
it was
kind of
their
weird how I
IP at
brought that
first.
up. And
Yeah.
but who owns the IP of Max Payne?
Now Rockstar
Rockstar.
does now. Yeah.
So Rockstar owns the whole thing. They can't.
Whole
They have to fill it
shebang.
off.
Yeah, Remedy sold
I
it
wish
to
that's
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, I think part 3 is slept on. That was actually really damn good. Max Payne 3.
Oh, 3, dude. Gameplay was amazing. Online was amazing. Story mode was really good. But yeah. But good for Remedy. Good for Remedy keeping that Alan Wake in control. Because I haven't played Alan Wake too much, but the little bit I've played, it's really beautiful, and I've already kind of watched most of the end of the game, so it's not like it's gonna hurt me none if I play it or anybody talks about it. But the little bit I've played of that and then Control was really confusing, but really good. Just an odd story that just
Yes.
was really good.
Yeah, Control was a little. I mean, Control was for anybody who's played Alan Wake 2. Control was much farther out there than Alan Wake 2 was, or Alan Wake was out there, but Control was way out there. Yeah, it was hard to keep up with. It was still a good game though. And next on the news, of course, we got the Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl release date. Really? We're going to have to wait almost another year. We're going to wait till September 5th. I was hoping like this game would be like a March release or something. But
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm indifferent. I am understanding and the situation that they're in over there with the war torn,
correct.
Ukraine and everything like that. To still get a game out like this, that takes a lot of.
It's amazing.
A lot of wheels.
They lost so many developers too, man.
Exactly. So they, as far as I'm concerned on that, they could take all the time they want. Yeah, I always actually thought it would be a fall release type of game anyway. I thought it would have released last year in the fall, but I think it makes perfect sense that it was like, oh yeah, September. I'm like, oh yeah, well, that's technically still the summer, to be fair, by the way, September 5th. But I kind of consider it the fall. At least here in Chicago, it might get cold. So, but yeah,
I think the war just recently started slowing down over there, just because both sides have like kind of exhausted each other, and so now So now I think they actually have the time to make the game without having to worry about going to war every day.
Well, Microsoft, Microsoft relocated the development team. Microsoft paid to have.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that team was moved out of Ukraine. Late last.
Oh, that was pretty recent, right?
Yeah, it was like late October, early November.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But
it might be a permanent exclusive then, you guys think?
Dude, I'm thinking, I mean, they funded the game, and two, they paid to get the developer out of there.
Yeah, like
I was Microsoft, I'd be saying it's permanent.
We did discuss about that. We did start thinking that might be indicate that Microsoft is going to acquire this studio. Maybe, I don't know.
They should. I feel like they should. If the game looks really well done, and like I think they deserve it.
So, has anybody ever heard of Red Art Games?
Yeah, the physical game.
Yeah, the time has come for them to release physical Xbox games. Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good news.
I mean, I got some steel cases on the shelf, but there's no games in them. I just like the way the steel cases look and the games I already have. But
that's because Xbox got no games. All y'all got is steel cases.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. But there's a market for it. The market is, look, if Xbox gamers don't have as much to lose going digital because of Xbox's mission to take the games forward. Ever since they started the backwards compatibility plan, and we saw over 600 games come from the 360 into the Xbox One era. So with that pledge, buying games on digital I don't think it's that big a deal on the Xbox platform. And we don't know if Sony's going to turn the industry on its head again and make a big change to their hardware to cause PS5 games to not work on PS6. We don't know. I mean, they've done it before, so it's up there. But, to each their own. I think everybody should have the choice of whether or not what they're into to buy physical or digital. But they're... just gotta have something take up that shelf space and that stockroom floor, right? It's being wasted.
Digital Master Race.
Digital Master Race. Oh, jeez, here we go. Next thing you know, though, people will be wanting physical games for their Steam library. God. And of course,
Backward.
we did discuss this when I brought up Remedy. Yeah, apparently Rockstar is trying to make the case that nobody can use the letter R except for them. Even though that Remedy's logo that they want to trademark is broken up into 3 separate R's, each a different size than the other one. And Rockstar has always been inside the square, whether it's a blue one or a orange, just yellow one, depending on what Rockstar Studio that game comes out of, with the star on the R. It's always been that. And apparently nobody
We're
else...
the only ones to be allowed to have the hard R.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Remedy's not even a hard R. It's broken up. So, I don't know. I don't think Rockstar is going to... I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I really don't, because you're basically saying somebody can't use the same letter of the alphabet. Now, if they did use Remedy, if they did use the R, and it had a star somewhere in there, or the color scheme was the same, and they just left it that way, and it didn't say the word Remedy right underneath of it as part of the logo, yeah, I could see Rockstar's case. But it's very clearly, because the problem companies have with trademark infringements is they don't want somebody else's product to be mistaken for their own, and vice versa. Looking at those 2 logos, there's no way you're gonna mistaken Remedy's new logo for Rockstar. There's no, because it says Remedy with a big R on top of it that's broken up into 3 R's. There's no way. So I don't think that's going to go anywhere. I think Remedy is going to be allowed to use that, and yeah, it's a done deal. Rockstar, on now, practice what you preach. And last on the news list, Eurogamer.net, Rocksteady co-founders have formed a new AAA studio. They are calling themselves 100 Star Games. Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker, the duo that co-founded the acclaimed Batman Arkham studio Rocksteady before departing. Wow, that's some pedigree. Yeah, I could be down for that.
What happened again, K. Wise? Read that one more time.
The
There's a new
Rocksteady,
studio.
yeah, a new studio called 100 Star Games is being started by Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker. They're the same duo that co-founded the Batman Arkham studio Rocksteady.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. That's a W right there. Sad for Rocksteady that they lose these 2 right here, though. Sefton Hill especially. But hey, it is what it is. Now they stepping aside, making their own thing here with this new studio. I expect some good stuff from them.
Oh yeah,
You know, yeah. So it's a W in the sense that we're going to get.
Yeah, didn't they leave though like 2 years ago though, right? It's been a while though since they've left already.
Yeah,
So
They
they
left
I
in
thought.
2022.
2022.
Okay, yeah.
They're based out of London now. Their new studio.
His name is British. Listen, Sefton Hill. Sounds like he's going to eat a crumpet as I say his name. Hey, my name
Winston
is.
Churchill.
Right, my name is Sefton. How are you, sir?
Sefton, will you put the beans on the toast for me, darling?
I don't want to have a big breakfast today.
He does it so much.
Okay,
You do it so much better.
Okay. Who tries to make the best Stewie impersonation? There you go.
Oh.
That's the Red Wolf. He by far.
Where's Red Wolf in that situation?
He got that on lock.
I tried to get the couple times that we've had him as a guest here on Game Set Live. I've tried to get him to just be Stewie the whole episode, and he won't do it. Come on, man, do it, please. Do it one more time, please.
All right.
Oh.
Cool Whip. There you go.
Hey.
No, but that's a W though for that studio though for sure. I'm interested in seeing what they come up with. It's going to be a AAA based game too, so that's perfect. I love it.
Yeah. Good times. It's I hope they maybe they'll continue I mean, I don't know. Being a startup though, I don't know if they'll be. They may start
I'm
out.
sure they can get funded. They can get funded by somebody for the,
Yeah.
for the game they're trying to make.
May start out co-developing like a superhero game, maybe a lesser known, maybe something from Dark Horse Comics or something like that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe they can go to Vertigo. I don't know. They got a lot of options, and it's funny seeing these two, who were critical to the success of the Arkham games, step away. And then now you got Rocksteady making, in my opinion, trash like Suicide Squad. It's very interesting to me.
Well, now,
Yeah.
Umbra,
I can't go into detail.
the
about
jury's.
Suicide Squad.
I know the
It's a
jury's
beta
still
or
out
alpha.
though. I mean,
Dude, I thought you can. I thought they announced that you guys can talk about it now.
Yeah, it might be past that point. Well, I'll just say this: they were probably on the brighter side of Rocksteady. So it seems
Oh, Mac-
Rocksteady kind of
I mean-
lost their way.
Vinny left
really
us.
just-
So
Yeah, like he just
Vinny left
gave
us. Damn, Vinny. Well, let's see. He might have texted us in the chat. Let's see.
up.
I doubt it.
Well, I think Vinny really liked Suicide Squad, so he just left because of Umbra's comments about it.
yeah.
I
Damn
I
it, Umbra.
don't know.
He's like, I'm offended.
No.
Yeah, I'm still gonna buy
He-
Suicide Squad because I like Gotham Knights and people gave it shit. So I'm not gonna. I'll just try it for myself. So
Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, like it. I think the situation of that Gotham Knights and
Yeah,
shit,
call me when
people
you're ready.
having throwing shit at the game was because, like, you really miss Batman in that situation. You really miss Batman in that game, in my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah. But hey, that
You do,
brings.
and they trying to like make you force these other characters. It's like, yeah, we got respect
Yeah,
for
like
Robin, Batgirl, and all that, but where's Batman at though?
Yeah, like they're just shoving in your throats. Like, there we go. That these are the characters you're going to play as them, and you're gonna like it. No, I won't.
You're right, and it's like the Suicide Squad for me. You see that world as Metropolis is all colorful and everything like that. It's very clear, at least to me. They might not admit it, but it seems like it was meant to be a Justice League game. I would have rather had a Justice League game than Suicide Squad.
I mean, I think it might be interesting. People were like complaining when we saw previous gameplay, and people were saying, "Oh, this is way too much like Crackdown 3." And I have no problem with that. Actually, I think that if they follow the same gameplay just like Crackdown 3, it can be really fun, honestly.
Yeah, when I played it, I didn't get the Crackdown 3 feeling. I got a more Fortnite feeling. So maybe those who are attuned to Fortnite, this might be the game for them. I am not a Fortnite
Does-
gamer.
what about what was that? What was that one game? Sunset Overdrive. Does it play similar to Sunset Overdrive?
Not in my opinion, no.
Not in your opinion. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
see. I thought when first glance it looks like that. So
I
yeah,
guess certain
okay, so it
elements,
means-
though, to be fair, maybe. Maybe
yeah.
certain
That's,
elements
yeah.
you can run
Yeah.
and dash to jump for with certain characters, like with
Can't
King
you? Can you
Shark.
grind on anything or like that? I don't know. I didn't. I haven't seen
Not
much
that I
else
know
besides.
of. Not
Okay,
as
so
far
I
as
was
the
just
grinding,
wondering.
but you do have people like King Shark that'll run and jump around. It kind of gives you that feeling, or
Okay. Yeah.
Captain Boomerang, who does the Speed Force
Captain
thing.
Boomerang, which
Yeah.
is like
Yeah. He's the boss.
Super Australian.
Yeah. Okay.
So Vinny had to go make a family
Okay.
run and pick up the wife. So
Yep.
Vinny had to bounce out,
I mean,
and I will just say
I mean,
yes. What do you want
no,
to
no.
say?
I just want to put out like. No, I just want to put out the fact that, like, let's be honest. I don't care if you enjoy the James Gunn movies, but like Captain Boomerang and Polka Dot Man are really stupid villain ideas. Jesus fucking
Poor
Christ!
dude.
Like,
Polka
I
Dot
just
Man was
can't
pretty
get-
terrifying, though. The stuff that his polka dots could do,
So
at least.
going back to what Mac said, Mac was talking about. I didn't mind Gotham Knights either. The one thing that really left the one thing I didn't like about Gotham Knights is it put a sour taste in your mouth right from the get go. Because you've played all these Batman games, you've played Arkham Asylum, you've played Arkham Knight, you've played Arkham City. You've
Arkham
played
City.
right. You played all these games, and then here you go. Here's Gotham Knight.
Origins.
Right. Here you go. Here's Gotham Knights. And guess what? We're going to start the game out by telling you Batman's dead and you had nothing to do with it. It's like, are you kidding me? That left a bad taste in my mouth from the get-go.
And
So
also too, it's
Yeah.
like they changed this whole landscape. It seems like they don't quite know what they want to do, and I mean by that is WB or DC, because you had this whole thing going there. It's a whole different new world of Gotham. You look at Arkham, there's two different ones. Exactly. A new fantastic
oh
boy.
jeez.
Anyway,
Can I make a reference real quick of a music thing that's going on?
Uh-huh.
And then, I mean, Fabio might not remember. It says Soulja Boy said that he will pay $2,000 for the Booty Bandits to get Blueface in jail. I just want to clarify that. I just read this,
Oh
and that's
my
why I was laughing in between while you were talking.
That's the
because
high
it caught me
price
off
to pay.
guard.
yeah.
$2,000 for the Booty Bandits to get Blueface. Why am I reading this?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I know that's not gaming related. It needed to be said.
But hey,
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Whoever was talking.
well, we do have to hop off here though, guys. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's been a great episode. We're just gonna run down. Start with our esteemed guest that was kind enough to join us in our time of need. His brother Bushido is under the knife. Well, not really. More like pestering
The
nurse.
knife, like,
More like pestering
He's in
nurses.
Chicago.
Yeah, he's back.
He's in Chicago.
Under
He's
the-
likely under a gun, if anything. But yeah.
under the knife, did he go to the butcher? Like, what happened?
You know. But for those that don't already know, I don't know if there are any that left that don't. Tell everybody where they can find you at, sir.
Well, of course, you guys can find me on Twitter X, Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite. You will find me either way. Tomorrow is the fix. So if you guys are so inclined and free, please come by and give a brother a support, if you will. And I've shared it out on my timeline so you can see the advert for tomorrow as well. Got the new adverts popping. Shout out to Wondering Dutch. But yeah, it's going to be a good show. We got Agent Deli and Shane Bailey, who are both game developers, formerly with Ubisoft and I believe Microsoft, respectively. Well, both
Awesome.
were at Ubisoft at a point.
Correct.
So, what better way than to have devs for the Dev Direct, right? So
Oh, yeah.
it should be a really good show. Yeah, it should be a really good show. So if you guys are free, come by and support us. We go live at 8 o'clock Eastern. So that's 7 my time. But yeah. And thanks for inviting me through, KY. It's been a while since I talked with you fellas.
Anytime, bro. It's great having you. Fabio Amarim, sir. Where can people find you at,
Yo.
sir? Yes.
Oh, you can find me not just here on the Game Set Live podcast on the also known as the KY Bobby Show, as Bushido just named it and just sticked with us. You can find me as well as on Twitter as FBO Marine 97. If you don't know how to write it down, is on the screen. You can find me on Xbox as Buffon Lizard 8, and you can find me on the XPN Network YouTube channel.
All right. He's everywhere. That's right. Mac Bound, sir. I'm sorry, Spider Mac or Mac or whatever you're going by this week, sir. How can people find you?
It's always the same thing like normal. It's
Is
Spider
it?
Mac. You can
Is
find
it?
me. It is. It's been like this for over a month and a half now. It's almost 2 months. Yeah, you can just find me on Spider Mac everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all that. It's all there. It's all Spider Mac. And Umber, thanks for showing up midway through the show. Good talking to you. It's been a minute. And just you guys have fun and a good weekend, man. Like it was. Are we gonna do the show tomorrow? There was rumors that we were gonna do a show tomorrow.
Yes.
Bobby, are you gonna do that, or
Yes.
what's gonna go
Yes,
ahead and we can
I'm-
announce that if somebody's listening still?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. And this is your host KY Bob. You catch me on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, YouTube, and Twitter. KY Bob everywhere. Some of the places, the O may be a 0. Depends on whether or not there was a imposter there already claiming Bob. But yeah, hear rustling this band of misfits every Wednesday at 7 o'clock on the K-Way Bobby YouTube channel, and put up on your podcast platform of choice the next morning, which is Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, and Pocket Casts. I keep wanting to say Google, but no, they're not a thing anymore. But yeah, tomorrow, 20 minutes after the Developer Direct ends, 20 minutes, there will be a Game Set Live episode where we will replay the Developer Direct in the background and give our takes on the Developer Direct. That's 20 minutes after the Developer Direct ends tomorrow afternoon. I look forward to seeing everybody there. Yeah, I'm hoping Indiana Jones knocks my socks off, man. I'm really, really hoping.
I was going to ask you guys real quick before we do shut it. What's the most out of the 4 games that they announced? What is so? I'm guessing Indiana Jones for you. What about you, Fabio and Umber?
Indiana Jones is a pretty good one, but I think I might go with Avowed. I'm really interested in that game, once.
That's mine. Yeah, mine too is Avowed. What about you, Umber?
Both Indiana Jones and Avowed. I'm both excited for both.
Yeah, I'm hoping Indiana Jones is third person. If it's first person, it's gonna throw me off. I just don't want that. I don't want it to be.
What if it's like a Bethesda game, like Skyrim or Fallout or Starfield, where you can change the perspective?
I think that's
it's
what
not. If it's like that, then that's fine. That's because it gives me my third person mode. But yeah, it's got to have a third person mode for me to say I want to play that game. I don't want to play an action adventure game like that. It's like playing Uncharted in first person. I'm good.
Well,
it's gonna. Bobby, I just wanted to add that last little questionnaire.
It's gonna be on Game Pass, so it's gonna be a no risk for you to try that. Whether you think it's gonna be for you or not. Ta-da!
Yeah.
See everybody tomorrow for the show right after the Developer Direct. And, yeah. See you then. Have fun. Game on. And be nice to one another. Good night, everybody.
Later.
Deuces.
That's all, folks.